It was just after midnight when Emily Parker heard the sound. At first, she thought it was water dripping from the roof. Living near the coast meant strange noises were normal. Wind through the reeds, waves tapping the shore, distant boats moving through fog. But this sound didn't follow a rhythm. It broke it. A soft, uneven cry, almost like breathing that hurt. Emily sat up in bed, completely still, listening. The house was silent. No cars, no voices. Just fog pressing against the windows. Then, the sound came again. Closer. Right outside. Her porch. Emily's heart began to race as she slipped on a hoodie and moved slowly down the hallway. Every step felt louder than it should have been. When she reached the door, she hesitated. Whatever was out there wanted to be heard. She turned on the porch light and froze. Curled against the wooden steps was something small, dark, shaking. At first, her brain refused to understand what her eyes were seeing. Then, it clicked. A sea otter. Wet fur clinging to its body. Tiny paws pulled tightly to its chest. Its sides rose and fell too fast, each breath shallow and strained. Sea otters didn't come to houses. They stayed in the water. They stayed away from people. And yet, here it was. Emily opened the door just a few inches. The otter didn't run, didn't bare its teeth. It just lifted its head slightly, dark eyes reflecting the porch light. There was no fear in them, only exhaustion. As Emily stepped closer, she noticed something wrapped tightly around the otter's body. Fishing net. Thin strands tangled around its torso and hind legs. Not enough to kill it immediately. Enough to make every movement painful. Enough to slowly take everything away. Emily's breath caught in her throat. She whispered without thinking, "Hey, you're safe. I've got you." The otter made a weak sound, barely more than air, and rested its head back down. That was when Emily understood. This animal hadn't chosen her porch by accident. It had chosen the only place left. She grabbed her phone and called the Marine Rescue hotline. No answer. Voicemail. Too late at night. Emily looked back at the otter. Leaving it wasn't an option. She returned with thick gloves, a towel, and a small flashlight. Her hands trembled as she knelt on the cold wood, careful to move, slowly. Otters had sharp teeth, but this one didn't try to bite, didn't resist. It just watched her, as if asking a question. Emily gently covered part of its head with the towel to calm it. The otter relaxed almost immediately, its breathing slowing just a little. Up close, Emily could feel how light it was. Too light. The net was tighter than she expected. Every strand had dug into wet fur, pulling deeper with each struggle. Emily worked slowly, one loop at a time, stopping whenever the otter tensed. Minutes stretched into forever. Fog rolled around them. Her knees ached. Her fingers went numb. At one point, the otter shifted suddenly, and Emily froze, heart pounding. Afraid she'd pushed too far, but instead of pulling away, the otter placed one small paw against her wrist, not gripping, not clawing, just touching. Something in Emily's chest broke. Finally, the last strand gave way. The net loosened, then fell. The otter inhaled deeply, a full breath for the first time, and let out a soft sound that almost sounded like relief. Emily sat back, tears blurring her vision. But the otter didn't leave. It stayed there, looking at her, as if unsure what came next. Emily made a small shelter from towels and blankets, keeping the otter warm until help could arrive. She sat with it through the night, barely blinking, afraid that, if she looked away, it might disappear. Just before dawn, the otter stirred. It stood, wobbled, then slowly made its way toward the edge of the porch. Emily held her breath. The otter paused, turned back, and looked at her. Not like an animal, like something that remembered. Then it slipped quietly into the water and vanished into the fog. Later that morning, Marine Rescue confirmed what Emily already knew. Another few hours, maybe less, and it wouldn't have survived. Weeks passed. Life returned to normal, or so it seemed. Then one evening, as the tide rolled in, Emily noticed movement in the water. A small head surfaced near the shore. An otter, watching. It stayed only a moment before diving beneath the waves. Emily never knew if it was the same one, but she believed it was. Because sometimes, when the world tightens around you, you find the one place where someone is willing to set you free.